You mentioned interest rates and housing prices. I don't want to treat you like a crystal ball, but since you're so ingrained in all of this and you're hearing things and you're doing the research, I want to hear a little bit of predictions from you. What do you think is going to happen with the housing market? Do you think interest rates are going to come down, and how is that going to affect everything?
No, I think interest rates at some point you're going to start seeing Powell make that move, and inadvertently, even though it's not directly tied to that, it does have a domino effect on rates, on how psychology of sales and how people look at buying a house. As soon as you have a 0.25% drop inside of something, all of a sudden you see movement in the markets, and that does sway the market, right? But we're not going to see what everybody thinks, right? Everybody's having this fallacy that we're going to go back to 3.5% rates. That's not going to happen, guys. I'm going to just be real. I'm going to tell you that if we get it back inside of the low sixes down to high fives, that's going to be probably your barometer to start living around with, because for the last 2-3 years we've gotten used to living inside of high sixes and sevens, right? And if we can get in the high fives, that's good. Now, creatively, in what we teach and how we go about things, is you can still get your rates down in a much more favorable way, but you got to start thinking very creative on how to go about doing that, right? Because if you're going to tell me, well, Jimmy, I only have X amount saved up and I want to buy a house and I want, 3% interest, it's I'm going to tell you it's not going to happen. But if I say to you, look, let's put a 6-month plan where we can help you get X amount of money set up so that when we go in for your approval, we're now going to we're going to do the buy down inside of everything that we're doing, so that way we're structuring your loan to be able to reflect that pretty rate that you're really wanting. And instead of, I like to say, we like to go slow to go fast. By going slow to go fast and positioning ourselves properly with all the numbers, now we can go in and put a really good down payment and get the buy down and do the things we need to do for affordable housing, right? Because affordable housing is not affordable in any way right now. And regardless, I don't care where part of the country, I mean, you might find it in El Paso or some parts of Ohio, right? I mean, there's going to be some areas that are still where we were in Arizona 3, 4, 5 years ago, but that's not the norm. The norm is, 3, 4, 500,000 dollars is the new norm, and that's not affordable if most people have only gotten a pay raise of 5%. That's barely keeping up with inflation. It's just the reality of times. When I used to buy milk for $1.50, and now it's $3, $4, whatever, that makes a big change in the economy. And middle America is the ones that are feeling the brunt. The small medium sized small medium businesses are the ones taking the brunt. The high level is the high level. They're going to adjust and pivot, and they're going to be okay. It's the eye level, right? One of my programs is called Eye Level to High Level, because we got to teach the eye level people, the common Joes, how to start thinking like high level businesses, in being able to adjust the sales through what's happening in the economy, in government, in politics, and everything that we do. We can't keep thinking in the scarcity mindset that's kept us down forever. We need to start changing our mindsets and start working with others to help us make that dollar stretch further, because we just don't know. I have so many people that come to me and they're like, I can't afford it. Yes, you can. If we did an audit of your finances for the last month, and I'd show you in this circle and all these circles that I'm doing where your money is going, it's daunting and it's crazy where people's money goes. But I see it every day in middle America, right? The latte factor going as a Circle K's, the spend is so ridiculous. But when I do it for businesses, which I do as well, it's the same concept. If a business is bleeding through all these different channels, because of lack of budget controls, how can I not think that it's happening inside that president's household, right? And it happens to the middle America that comes to me with their construction business or their electricity business or their plumbing, and they're suffering over here. And then I go and I do an audit on their personal, and they're suffering over here. It's like parallel, right? We need to cross the parallels and make it like looking in a mirror. And when we start getting real with people like that and they accept that there's a problem, then the solution comes a lot quicker.
I am excited to announce that the Josh Carr Show is on We the Free. We the Free is a conservative streaming platform. It's not like the wokies over at The Mouse. I'm not going to say their name because they'll come after me. Not like big tech. They're not going to censor the show. Happens a lot more than you'd think. They have fantastic political commentary. They've got a lot of Second Amendment content, new movies every single month. So go check them out right now. The link is in the description below. Thank you so much for watching this episode, everybody. Please like the video so other great patriots like yourselves will see it. And you can tune in every single weekday at 6 p.m. Eastern for the live show, or you can watch another video right here